announcement possible. This announcement today really marks more progress for our residents and for our environment. We have finally linked the east and west side of Lake Washington with reliable green transit. And yes, thank you. And in the not too distant future, we'll finally have the Tacoma to Seattle to Everett and Bellevue system our residents deserve. This line makes the map smaller in the future, much, much bigger. I want to thank the people who designed, engineered, and built this part of the system. It's truly remarkable. In fact, this is the only light rail that we know of going over a floating bridge in the world. And so it's truly a remarkable accomplishment. There were really many hurdles, but we now have something that would really make the region proud. I also want to thank all the Sound Transit staff and board members who had a hand in this milestone. I particularly want to call out Board Vice Chair Claudia Balducci, who has really been a tenacious advocate for Eastlink. Thank you, Claudia, for all your work for many years. I can't wait for the start of revenue service and opportunity for the people to get out of their cars and take a beautiful rail ride across Lake Washington. We're finally giving Lake Washington's commute an option that doesn't involve brake lights. Years from now, people will not remember the speeches. They'll remember how much easier life became here in our region. So congratulations, and let's get these trains rolling. Thank you. I'd like to introduce King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai. Thank you.
You said it right.
I did.
Thank you so much, Chair Summers, for your leadership. Good morning, everybody. What a special day it is. Against a backdrop of tremendous challenges that we're facing in our region and our country, today we get to celebrate moments of joy, accomplishments, and milestones. And the weather is a paid actor today. Right after I leave here, I'll be headed to the King County Administration Building, where I'm going to raise the 12th flag alongside King County staff in honor of the Seahawks being on the doorsteps of the Super Bowl. And here this morning, we get to celebrate Sound Transit being on the doorsteps of crossing this beautiful lake behind us. A long-awaited regional connection is just weeks away from opening, and by the end of this program, we're going to unveil a countdown clock and know exactly how much longer we have to wait. Last month in Federal Way, we got to celebrate pushing regional light rail another 7+ miles into South King County when we cut the ribbon on the crosslake connection here at an unspecified time, leaving you all hanging. We'll add yet another 7+ miles, this time connecting east and west. Once the crosslake connection is open, the two-line will serve 26 stations and more than 35 miles while knitting together 5 King County cities and 2 Snohomish County cities. We'll enjoy more than 250 trains per day, more than 90,000 trains annually, crossing a deep glacial lake on a floating bridge. It sounds magical. And just like that, we'll have a breathtaking new normal that has never been done anywhere else in the world. But never been done before is part of who we are here. Innovation is our identity here in the Puget Sound region. We'll see Seattle neighborhoods like Judkins Park become regional transit hubs with east-west rail service complemented by high-frequency bus service on Rainier Avenue South and 23rd Avenue South. We'll see hubs for jobs and innovation and technology on both sides of the lake, just a short train ride apart. All of this is only possible because of the hard work and dedication of Sound Transit staff and leadership. Let's give Sound Transit staff and leadership a round of applause. Thank you all so much. Absolutely. All the contractors and construction workers who built it, all of the partners around the region, and the dedication and skill of the King County Metro Rail Division staff who operate and maintain the system. Thank you, King County Metro. We appreciate you. I look forward to joining you all again very soon to celebrate the grand opening and take the first ride. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much. And I'd like to pass it off to our secretary from the Washington State Department of Transportation, Julie Meredith.
I'd like to say congratulations to CEO Constantine, my fellow board members, and the East Lake team for all the hard work. But I'd also like to acknowledge the years of hard work that planners, engineers, and our teams put into making this happen today, along with our contractors and our laborers. It's certainly a partnership. Today marks a significant milestone for our state and our region as we prepare to open the Crosslake connection. WashDOT on Lake Washington operates the world's longest floating bridge, and soon with Sound Transit we're going to operate the only floating bridge in the world with light rail. This project reflects years of innovation, technical expertise, and a strong 25-year partnership between WashDOT and Sound Transit. Together, we have done what has been said to be impossible. We put light rail on this floating bridge. It's a new standard for solving complex transportation challenges, increasing capacity in the region for the most heavily traveled corridor, while providing a safe and reliable transportation option. I'm confident that our collaboration sets a strong foundation for the next 40 or 50 years and beyond as Sound Transit and WashDOT operate a highway and light rail system side by side. Both our agencies are committed to providing mobility and access modes to help people reach their jobs, schools, and services. Opening this connection ahead of World Cup and another busy summer construction season is a great display of our long-standing partnership. And I'm looking forward to riding across this bridge on opening day and exciting to see the new connection transform this region. And I'm proud to introduce Councilmember Balducci. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. This day has been over 2 decades in the making. It was conceived in the early 2000s when we started talking about the idea of connecting East King County to the rest of the then under planning light rail system. It was approved by the voters in 2008 and has faced challenges of every imaginable kind in the interim to get here today. I was trying to think of who here today has been on this project since the very beginning, and I think it's me and Dow. Maybe Mike Lindblom, you here? But there have been generations of effort that has gone into making this announcement possible today. We experienced, and you'll forgive me for the long list, fierce opposition to the very idea of light rail in East King County. 2 ballot measures, the first one failed, remember roads and transit? Local political challenges getting land use and permitting approvals, court cases, including one that went to the state Supreme Court, design challenges, how to attach a light rail, a fixed rail to a floating bridge, being the leading but not the only one. Multiple financial cycles with major cost impacts. Who here remembers talking about steel prices? That was a thing. Construction challenges. This is the project that taught a new generation the word plinth. A concrete delivery strike, and a worldwide pandemic, and I'm sure I'm missing some. But with some reason, many people over the years, as Secretary Meredith noted, said this will never happen. It can't be done. And I could not be more proud of the people of this agency and our partners, our contracting partners, our city partners, our advocacy partners, and our operating partners, because we never took that on board. We never heard it can't be done. We said watch us, and we did it. And I am so proud of you all, and I want to thank everyone who had any part in making this day happen today. Please give them a round of applause. Some innovations that got us here today. I just want to remember on behalf of the city of Bellevue that Eastlink was the project that pioneered the concept of third-party funding. I know you all probably don't care about that, but we do. As we get into ST3 planning especially, how we partner with our cities is going to be critical to delivering the rest of the system that Chair Summers was talking about. The people of this agency showed great commitment and flexibility in answering the call to open the East Side line first when the bridge was delayed, the so-called starter line. That kept the Redmond projects on track and have served the riders very, very well, as evidenced by high and growing ridership ever since opening. And of course, most incredible of all, this agency with WashDOT and our contracting partners in engineering and construction built a fixed rail system on a floating bridge for the first time in world history. That is truly amazing. So we're here today because thousands of people poured their efforts, energy, creativity, and passion into this project over so many years. I am deeply grateful to the people of Sound Transit, contractors and partners, and to my colleagues on the East Side. There are a lot of folks here today from the cities of the East Side. We are super excited to be connected to the rest of the system. We're going to ride this thing, and we're going to really get a lot of use out of it. The East Side has been doing a lot of future-looking planning. I've been proud to be a part of it in cities like Bellevue and Redmond, leveraging the light rail investment to bring housing and jobs and liveliness to our booming East Side. And as the East Side continues to grow and thrive, this moment represents more than just a transit opening. It demonstrates all this region can achieve when we commit to audacious goals and persevere to get things done. Thank you. And I am delighted to introduce one of our newest board members, but somebody who is not a newcomer to the idea of long-range thinking, planning, and implementation. Sound Transit board member and Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here today. So I got to take part in a test run of the crosslake connection earlier this week, and it was incredible. It is just so exciting that this is finally happening, and we are finally bringing light rail across Lake Washington. I am thrilled to be here today as Seattle's new mayor. But I am even more excited because for the 21 years that I have lived here, I have been a transit rider, part of the more than 1 in 5 Seattle households that do not own a car. And honestly, sometimes being a transit rider can feel like being a second-class citizen. But our light rail system is rapidly changing that. I know firsthand the way it unlocks worlds of opportunity when you can hop on a fast, frequent, reliable train or bus and get exactly where you want to go. I remember 10 years ago when the Link Light Rail Station first opened in my neighborhood, Capitol Hill. There was a palpable sense of excitement in the air as people realized how this was going to change their daily lives. I can't wait for more people to have that feeling as the light rail comes to their neighborhoods, the neighborhoods where they live and work. This project is an incredible, first-of-its-kind engineering feat. It's also a brand new doorway to Seattle that will open up our city to our East Side neighbors to visit and enjoy all that we have to offer here. Jobs, culture, shopping, sports, our incredible waterfront, our amazing neighborhoods, everything. And it's a doorway that will open up to Seattle residents everything the East Side has to offer. Great jobs and restaurants and cultural events and parks and trails. I'm especially excited for our Asian American and Pacific Islander communities who live on both sides of the lake to be better connected and also to have a direct route to the Chinatown International District. The people of Seattle and this region deserve irresistibly good transit. I am so excited to be one of the newest members of the Sound Transit Board, where I'll be working to continue expanding our transit system around the region and delivering what voters have asked for. If you build it, they will come. This has absolutely been the Link Light Rail experience so far. I cannot wait to welcome thousands of new riders to our system as public transit becomes a viable option for more and more people, giving them an opportunity to bypass traffic and commute without polluting. Today, we're moving a giant step closer to that goal. I cannot wait to use my Orca card and ride across the lake. Thank you. And now I have the pleasure of introducing Redmond Mayor Angela Burney, also one of my fellow Sound Transit Board members.
Well, good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here with all of you today. I'm Angela Burney. I'm the mayor of Redmond and a member of the Sound Transit Board and the System Expansion Committee chair. Today, I am proud to join Sound Transit CEO Dow Constantine and my fellow board members to share the opening date of the Crosslake connection. This opening is a significant milestone to connect East King County with the Sound Transit light rail system. We are only here today due to the vision and tenacity of leaders who had the support of our region's voters to make this dream a reality. Sound Transit is building a system designed to grow with our region, linking investments, increasing access, and delivering real benefits as each new part comes online. The crosslake connection is a clear example of that work in action. I remember long ago hearing that putting light rail on a floating bridge would never work. And I'm here to tell you that what some thought was impossible is now a reality. I've even had the honor of taking a test ride the other day with Mayor Wilson, so I know it really works. Whether you live on the east side or commute from Seattle or beyond, this connection will improve people's lives by getting them out of traffic and onto a safe, reliable, frequent transportation option. The 2 line will be a starter line, no more. This final connection completes, yes, no more. This final connection completes what so many have been talking about and anticipating for years. Today, we will know the day where the dream of getting on a train at the downtown Redmond station and taking it all the way to Seattle for a game, go Seahawks, or continuing on to SEA for a flight becomes a reality. And it marks the final piece of ST2, making good on the promises we made to our voters. As we continue to expand the system, our focus is on delivering projects responsibly and building a network that serves the region for generations. I want to thank our federal and state partners, including WashDOT, my colleagues on the Sound Transit Board, the Sound Transit staff, and the voters who made these investments possible. Expanding our system only works when there is enthusiastic regional commitment, and the crosslake connection, it reflects that commitment in action. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our very last speaker, CEO Dow Constantine.
Well, thank you, Mayor Bernie, and thanks to everyone for joining us here this morning. I promise you the big reveal is only moments away. First, I want to make sure we recognize some other elected officials who are here with us today, and I apologize if you've come in after I made this list, but we'll make sure that you are recognized at the grand opening. But I saw Deputy Mayor of Bellevue, Hamilton, Mayor Thompson of Bothell, from Mercer Island, Deputy Mayor Becker and Mayor Rosenbaum, as well as Councilmember Shea and Councilmember Reynolds. And from the Seattle City Council, I saw Councilmember Mercedes Rink. There may be others, and I apologize if I didn't see you. As you've heard from so many of our region's leaders this morning, opening the Cross Lake connection will be perhaps the most transformative and consequential day for transit in the history of our region. And as the final piece of the Sound Transit 2 package voters approved in 2008, it also fulfills a promise to the region. It's easy to forget just how remarkable the ST2 package was when voters approved it. Remember that they invested us with the trust to build this expansive and complex system before anyone here had seen a single operating light rail train in the Puget Sound region. We didn't open our very first starter line until 2009. This vote happened a year before, and yet we are here, just weeks away from the day when we will be expanding light rail from 55 to 63 miles, when we'll open the 49th and 50th stations in our system, when we will cross this vast lake with light rail for the first time. And that is a breathtaking amount of transformation. It reinforces the truth that every piece of our regional transit system builds on what we built before, and every leader who has the privilege of taking the mic to stand up here and talk about it unequivocally stands on the shoulders of those who came before us. Here are just a couple of examples. We wouldn't be here without those in the 1970s who ensured that the Homer Hadley Bridge would be built from the start to eventually accommodate rail, even though it was purely speculative at that time, and it had never been done before. We wouldn't be here without the regional foresight in the 1980s that brought us the downtown Seattle Transit Tunnel. We wouldn't be here without past leaders like Joni Earle and Greg Nichols and State Representative Ruth Fisher, with whom I had the privilege to serve. We would not be here without Jim Ellis, who nearly 60 years ago envisioned rail across this lake and brought the region this close to approving it. We would have had this decades ago. We're making good on that vision, and we're making good on our promise. And I would add, and there are many of these folks here politely watching from the back, we would not be here without the staff of Sound Transit. These people are absolutely dedicated to seeing this vision realized. And when I took this job and I saw that we were going to be really pushing to get this light rail open across the bridge, I asked our team, the capital team, the operating team, the team that's in charge of bringing the rail online, to show me every single step we could go through to shorten the time, to bring this benefit to the region as soon as possible. And I want to thank them because they took that charge absolutely seriously. And as you're going to see in a moment, they have succeeded. Carrie Pilstrom has been leading the team that is transitioning us from capital to operating. And I want to thank you and everyone who worked with you to make this happen. So, Mr. Chair, I will save my further reflections for opening day, but I want to hand it back to you and to Board Member Balducci, who is one of those giants on whose shoulders we stand, for that big reveal we've all been waiting for. Thank you all for being here.
Day for our region. Thank you.
It says March 28th.
You're the deputy mayor from Bellevue, is that
Yes.